What up, guys? Alrighty, so I just spent the day traveling down to San Diego. So I was in LA, came down to San Diego. Now I am in a cool-ass hotel room in the Gaslamp District in San Diego. I'm gonna just show y'all, like, the outside view. If I can hit it. I think I can hit the... Oh, I will. If y'all can see, very cool. Lots of cool stuff. Hey, Alexandra. Hey, Joseph. What up, guys? So I was just telling everybody as we're getting peeps hopping on about all the cool things about traveling down to San Diego. Literally just came down. And so before we get started, so I just wanted to show you guys all that. If you are hopping on live or if you are watching the replay, my name is Amanda. I am the host of the Millennial Thought Leaders Mastermind Facebook group. I'm also an influence and PR coach, and I help turn millennial entrepreneurs into thought leaders and influencers in their space. And today I want to talk about syndications. And pretty much what a syndication is when your article gets promoted to a whole bunch of different media outlets. Cool. So what that means is you write one article, you put your heart and soul into it, and then it gets picked up, which is called syndications, which means it gets syndicated to a whole bunch of different places, like different big magazines pick it up and they republish it. And so, oh, hey, Alexandra girl, what up? And so they republish it. And all that cool jazz. Oh my gosh, there's a feature to tap to join your video as a guest. I might do that at the end as a cool Q&A if y'all want. And so pretty much that means you're getting syndicated and it gets shared out. So how do you get your article syndicated in the first place? You write this article, say for like Huffington Post, Mind Body Green, wherever, and you're like, man, I don't just want it to be just featured here. I want it to be featured like everywhere and all over the place and like have multiple people check it out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna need these 3 ingredients before you even write the article and before you even pitch it out. So the 3 ingredients. The first ingredient is community. So this past week I wrote an article called 20 hey Jan, what up girl. I wrote an article called 20 millennial male coaches speak out about crying and becoming a man and being a man. And that article, hey love, and that article had a community behind it. So there was 20 millennial male coaches that were a part of that article. So when it got published to Huffington Post and then I posted it onto my Facebook wall on Facebook, I tagged all 20 of those guys that I was friends with on Facebook and tagged them onto that post. So when they saw it, they saw that they were featured in that article and they're like, okay, let me actually add this to my timeline and share it on my wall. Community. And on top of it, I had other people sharing that article. I had tons of people commenting on each post. And that little part is what starts to build up the shares. Because the more people you have featured in an article and you have people that have their own communities and their own tribes that are aligned with the message behind the article, the easier it is to build up a momentum and for it to get shared a lot. And when it gets shared a lot, that's when it gets picked up to get syndicated. So we're having people sharing it. We're like doing all this cool stuff. And then what's really the nugget behind that is the second part, which is momentum. And what do I mean by momentum? I mean when that article gets published, whether your article gets published on HuffPost, Mind Body Green, wherever it gets published, the first 24 hours are crucial. In fact, I'm going to say the first 12 hours are crucial because the first 12 hours of your article getting out is the prime time for it to go viral. It's like prime time for it to go viral. If you just post and let it sit there for a day, you miss out. And I'm going to say that right now. If you just post and let it sit there for a day, you miss out. The first 12 to 24 hours are prime time for your article to go viral. And so in those first 24 hours, so I laid down the foundation. I had a community behind this article of really high level influencers and guys who had these male tribes that would align with the message of the article. And the first 24 hours of me posting that live to HuffPost and then immediately sharing it to my Facebook wall and tagging all the guys in it, I commented on every single share. So I commented on every single person who shared that article, because Facebook algorithm jumps up on comments and hearts, the heart emoji. So say if you were to heart emoji this Facebook Live would jump up in the news feed of this Facebook group. Say if you were to comment a whole bunch on this Facebook Live, it would bump it up, but not as much as the emojis. I've tested this. The emojis are what bumps stuff up. So what you want to be doing, yay, thanks Joe. So what you want to be doing is you want to be hearting all of the shares, and then you want to be commenting on it, so then it shows up in other people's feed as a post that's being commented on a lot. And then other people are going to see it, they're going to heart it and comment it, and then I'm literally showing you what happens. It builds up this momentum. It's like juggling. It keeps it up. It keeps the ball up in the air. And so for the first 12 to 24 hours, you're just going to be spending commenting, emojiing everywhere and saying thank you for sharing this article, you could even be asking questions on people's shared posts of the article. That way you can get them responding back and getting them commenting. You want to increase the speed of commenting and the hearting on each of the Facebook posts to simulate going viral to Facebook's algorithm, because then Facebook's algorithm is going to be holy shit, this is a viral article. Look at the speed of all these emojis that are happening on all these shares and all these comments. And it's going to trick the Facebook algorithm into pushing it up and pushing it up in the newsfeed. And the more your article shows up in the newsfeed, the more shares it's going to get, the more comments it's going to get, which is going to amp it up to get seen, to get syndicated. And then once an article gets syndicated, then holy moly, you just went viral. That just went viral. And so, I showed you before, the foundation was the community. You got to have a rock solid community behind the article before you post it. The first 12 to 24 hours, you got to be going ham, commenting, liking, sharing it, reaching out to everybody and their brother and being hey, I think you would really like this article. Could you share it? Hey, could you comment and on this article? Hey, you were featured in this article. Share it on your timeline. And then you are just commenting and liking everything and responding to everybody's comments on it and just making it seem like it's a firework of comments and likes. Boom. The third part, and this is the most important part, this is probably should be step number one, actually, speaking of, is the message. The message is what will decide if something goes viral or not. And a powerful message will have these three elements to it. It'll have emotion, education, and entertainment value to it. And so your article, within the article, you have to elicit emotion, entertainment, and education within it, with that feature. And in your headline, you have to elicit emotion, education, and entertainment. So the headline is the most important part of your article, because if your headline isn't good, it's not going to get shared. If your headline isn't good, it's not going to get clicked on. If your headline isn't good, it's not going to go all over the place. What I did with the headline is I made it a little risque, and you want to make things a little risque. Joseph's bunch of comments and engagements, emojis and hearts galore. Exactly for the second part. But yeah, so you want to make your headline juicy and risque and something that people would share. The headline I chose was like 20 millennial coaches speak out about crying and being a man, which that elicits emotion, education, entertainment, all in it. Because what it does is there's the education part. So the millennial coaches, they're sharing their advice. There's the entertainment part, which is the speak out. So you're like, oh damn, this is about to go down. This is some drama. And then there's the emotion part, which is the crying and then being a man, which is the heartfelt centered, the message, which was the purpose behind it. And articles that really get picked up and get syndicated and go viral are ones that have those three elements to it, because when people read it, they feel something. They feel like something's getting ignited within them. And for me, when I work with my clients, the message is the strongest point that we focus on. Everything else is like the strategy, which like helps boost up the message, but the message is the strongest part, because when you have the message down, you can do like wonders with it in the promotion stage. But the message, that's the juice, that's the mission. And for me, this article specifically was like really like this like fired me the hell up, because this topic specifically touches near and dear to my heart, because this is something that like has affected my brother, who I'm really close to, and who like with our childhoods where we were growing up. And this was an aha moment that I've been having this whole trip. I've been in LA, and now that I'm in like San Diego, is I feel empowered to really shift male culture due to the childhood I had, because I believe when you inspire men to be confident, to be compassionate, to be kind, to be grounded masculine leaders, that you create the next generation of fathers, husbands, like brothers, uncles, who are gonna treat women damn right. Like how my dad treated my mom was deplorable. How my dad treated me and my brother when we were growing up was not great. And I love him. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love my dad. But that childhood really inspired me to show up even stronger, and to that's why y'all see me like with like all these like male coaches like around me, because like this is my movement, this is my passion. Like this is why I do the work I'm doing in this space, because I really do believe that when you do this work, you're going to be creating healthier childhoods for the future generation. That's a legacy. And so that's what I want to share with you guys. Like if you have a powerful message, and if you have something that you're here to share in this world, you need to share it. And you're more than able to share it, and you are ready to share it, and you have everything you need now to share it. Literally, I have this workbook. It's a free workbook in this group. It shows you, it's the ultimate content generator. You can go into the description of this Facebook group, click on it. It shows you step by step how to write these articles, how to find your message, how to write these headlines. So everything I'm talking about in this shows you how to do that. And then if you want even more support, you can work one-on-one with me, or even yet better, come hang out in Barcelona this summer. So this summer, I'm going to be doing a full day masterclass on PR, on influencer marketing, on really owning your personal brand and message so you can step up as a thought leader and influencer in your space, along with a powerhouse group of like 7 other speakers who are teaching everything from Facebook ads to copywriting to sales to like high ticket programs to like how to show up as a leader and your mindset, everything you need to really accelerate your business in 2 weeks. And we're going to be in Barcelona. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be like cracking jokes 24/7, so I'll be able to give y'all hugs in like person and everything. And so if you've been looking for a retreat or an in-person event, you feel really called to meet in person with like-minded entrepreneurs who are on a mission, entrepreneurs who are really heart-centered, entrepreneurs who like get results like crazy, then I really highly encourage you to come to Barcelona this summer. There's still spots left. I'm going to be one of the guest speakers there, along with 7 other powerhouse entrepreneurs. Some of them are even in this Facebook group, like Lena Elkins, David Schloss, Arnie Gisk. They're all going to be there at that event this summer. And if you are feeling called to dive deeper into your leadership, to dive deeper into your business, to finally bring your business to the level that you know it needs to go, to finally share your message and your mission that you know you need to share here on earth, I highly, highly encourage you to click on the link on this video and then enter in the code ThoughtLeader and sign up and grab your spot. So if you have any questions around that, feel free to leave it in the comments section below. If you have any questions around viral marketing and around like getting your next article syndicated, leave it in the comments section below. I'm here to support you guys, here to lead y'all, and I hope you guys have a really heart-centered and beautiful day. All right, love y'all.